Let's use that as a great segue into the chair of the Capital Investment Committee, Representative Hausman. Talk a little bit about this. Of course, is, I don't know if you call it the off session, short session, even numbered year, whatever you want to call it. You're typically devoted to bonding. Tell our viewers a little bit about the process, kinds of projects we might see, your perspective on it. We'll just go around the table and have a little round table discussion.
Well, all of the agencies submit their requests and priorities to the governor and then certainly to us, and then regions around the state as well, local governments. And there are books about this thick, and we start with between $3 and $4 billion worth of requests, I think, and they still are coming in. And then we have to, all we do is keep paring that down to an acceptable number. And of course, as Representative Dean said, during the interim we do a lot of traveling. It does make a difference to see them. Sometimes we decide exactly the opposite on an issue that we might have anticipated. And then it is the hardest bill to pass because, unlike every other budget bill that passes with a simple majority, this one requires a supermajority. And so you craft it and put consensus together in a very, very different way. And I think just by way of setting the framework, it often has to do with, of course, size and content. And usually the size is too big. I introduced one today that was too big for probably we'll hear what the minority thinks about it, but it is too big for that handshake deal that the four leaders had the last night of session, and it's too big for my speaker because he has given us a target. But it seemed to me that I just needed to lay something out there to show $1 billion sounds like a lot until you start looking at, when you do everything from higher education to public safety and corrections, how fast that goes. And so the story I've been telling the last few days is about 16 years ago when Arne Carlson, Governor Carlson, signed a $1 billion bill. And I haven't done the math on this, but someone else did. If you added the inflation factor, that today would be about $1.5 billion. And our rule is we still have to stay under $1 billion on bonding bills. And so I think we are sort of trapped in this psychological barrier of $1 billion. And I suggest that it may be hurting our state. We have a huge, huge backlog. Just in MnSCU, the number of projects, most of the projects in MnSCU have been submitted in 2008, 2010, 2012. They just keep coming back and the list gets longer. So a backlog either because of past vetoes, line item vetoes, and just difficulty in getting everything into the bill.
Senator Stump?
Well, this is my first attempt at putting a bill together in the Senate, and I haven't gone through all the years of doing that. But what we did is we started out last September, and we went around the state and we looked at. We spent 8 weeks looking at projects, and I think we generally cover around close to 400 projects that we end up looking at. I happen to bring some of the requests here, and it's a lot of requests that add up.
Television. We love visual aids. This is
if I could just mention that the bottom line on this is about $4 billion, and that's not counting the $1 billion in requests for transportation projects. So it's a real pile of what we would call need or projects that somebody and maybe communities and maybe a lot of people want to see happen. So our job is to try to, as a committee, and Senator Senjum and I have worked closely over the period that I've been involved, to try to weed out some of the things, and I'm sure when he was chair of the committee, he had an approach. The approach that I would like to see is to try to put an emphasis on kind of the core infrastructure, the important things that, you know, kind of are the foundation of our economy and our state. And even that's going to be a challenge to try to address those needs. That's like keep the roofs fixed and the roads and the bridges and do some, you know, obviously some projects, but you know, there's $1 billion in transportation needs, and we don't have a transportation bill, which is really unfortunate, I think.
Senator St. John, your thoughts?
Well, perhaps much has been said, but I'll just say, as Senator Stump and myself and other committee members have traveled the state, I think and we do this literally, it seems like every year, and anticipating some level of bonding, depends on the year, but we've traveled extensively through the years, and you come to realize how large and how much you have in terms of ownership within the infrastructure of the state of Minnesota. As, for instance, I think it's about 54 MnSCU colleges and 5 University of Minnesota college or sites, all which have roofs, all which have heating systems, ventilation systems, all which have needs that relate to laboratories or changes in approach towards education or whatever, and so you get all of these asks or requests facing you. Again, DNR facilities, the human service facilities, St. Peter, et cetera. And so you sort of weigh all this. You understand very quickly, and I'm not even talking at this point about local projects, community projects that seem to be increasing as the years go by in terms of the numbers of those kinds of requests. So you do get fairly large documents, upwards now to $4 billion worth of requests, and it's up to the committee and certainly the lead chairs to hone in on and putting a good bill together. And I will tell I don't know how you quite do this. I did it a couple times. It's and I always say it's probably more of an art than a science for sure. There's a lot of times you can't really make good sense out of what you ended up with, but you do it because you want to do the best job you can, but then you also want to get the bill passed. And so there's a little bit of this and that in any bill that's put together with respect to bonding. But it's a very important part of our work in the legislature. I would say this infrastructure is vital to so many things that our state does, and you have to have good infrastructure if you're going to have good operational agencies and so on and so forth. So we're challenged by a lot of requests and limits on the spending side as well. So that's the great art, if you will, of putting this bonding bill together.
Representative Dean?
Well, I think you can't underestimate the importance of traveling around the state, and we can see that the state is it's a big state, and it's also very different in Pipestone County than it is from Washington County, where I live. The needs are very different, and they're changing. In greater Minnesota, we've got a lot of stresses on particularly very small towns across greater Minnesota. Our regional centers are doing a little bit better in this economy, but our small towns are really hurting. Agriculture is sort of been a really good base in the last couple of years. It's pulled up our regional centers, but a lot of small communities are really struggling, and we're seeing that in the capital investment requests, new requests and different requests for infrastructure and for basic needs for small towns just trying to hang on by their fingernails across the state of Minnesota. And we also see our big cities, their needs are changing as well and putting more stress on our statewide budget. And so we've got a big state, we've got a very different state from one quarter to the next, and it's been really fun to travel around the state with other legislators and kind of see where they represent and the different corners of the state. You think you meet a new representative that comes down from some corner of the state, and you think, well, man, how did this guy get elected? And you go to his hometown, you think, this is a good representative from this area. So, this that represents his area very well and focuses on his needs that he might have from his corner of the state or her corner of the state. So we can't underestimate that enough, and it does give us a great appreciation for the state in general.
You talked about making the visits, and I'm going to ask you this question, Representative Dean, but we can ask it to the panel as a whole. Either this session or some prior session, I'm wondering, is there a project in particular where you made the visit, you looked, and you said, this now has a higher priority than it had before? Is there one particular project that stands out in your mind? Or maybe it's the other way around. I'm now persuaded that this is one of those that goes on the list that we don't see
Well, I always say that if you can get out and make the trips, and even for our local representatives who aren't on the bonding committee to try to join us, because inevitably there is a project every year that looks great on paper, and you show up and it's a boondoggle. And the opposite is also true. You think, why are we even looking at this? And you get there and you think, well, of course, this is what you really should be doing. And a lot of times the best resources are the people who work in the facilities or the cities, the maintenance people that might be able to tell you a little bit of the history of the building or why we're here. But I can, MnSCU project, where a lab project where you think, man, that's a lot of money for fixing up these lab facilities, and you get there and you think, wow, this would be a really good investment because it's going to save us buying a new building and the energy needs that we need. And other projects that look great on paper, you get there and you think, this is not as advertised. These dollars are not going to what it says on the paper. So it really is important to get out and bring out your boondoggleometer to check it out on site.
Any specifics anybody wants to share with us?
Sometimes there's a surprise. We went up to northern Minnesota, and we were going to go to a correctional institution. And I think most of us went there thinking, I don't know, it sounds maybe a little local. And then we got there to this incredible surprise, and that is these inmates all work on a working farm and gardens, and they process meat. So we saw the tractors out in the field, we saw the meat processors, we saw those processing the vegetables that they would sell at a farmer's market. And that's the nature of this institution, and we are told they have a lower recidivism rate than any other institution in the state. A unique model that seems to be working, and we have a renewed interest in something like that after seeing it. That was a surprise. And once in a while you get to a local area and you realize they are asking you to do something that they are not expecting that they have any responsibility to pay for. And again, on a local level, that we lose a little bit of interest because you always expect local effort as well.